I was very, very concerned, like all of us, when Norris was injured, because we seemed to... The performance that when Norris has been in the team has been very much that the ball gets held up and the interlink play has been a lot better. When he hasn't been in the team, we haven't held the ball up at all. We've been under pressure for the entire game, and I've been very, very concerned, to the point even thinking stupid things like we need to stick one of the central defenders up there just to have a bit of presence to hold the ball up, like in a Paul Warhurst kind of thing from all those years ago when Sheffield Wednesday did it. But that being said, I have to say the style of play with Apter today and some of the runs that Dennis makes and trying to get the through balls to him, it was a much better style of play, not just lumping it up all the time, which then helped with what we were trying to achieve, which sitting back a little bit more, absorbing a bit of pressure, and then using the pace, which I thought was an excellent, and Apter is a key part in that.
Yeah, he's a player playing with loads of confidence, and he's doing what we saw Hawks did quite a bit last season and a bit of this season of playing on the kind of opposite side to you, which foot you are, cutting in, always wanting to look for that shot. Interestingly, his first goal today actually came from him being on the left. I'm not quite sure how he ended up there, but it was a little snapshot that keeper, who didn't impress me all day to be honest, but it seemed to take him by surprise. But he's a constant threat. He works really hard, and last week Sutton were doubling up on him right through the game. We didn't take enough of an advantage of that, I didn't think. But the main worry with Rob, of course, is that he's only with us until January, I think, isn't he? So hopefully we can try and get that extended. But yeah, great to have a player who's really on form and making that difference there. And I completely agree with Chris. Actually, I think the fact that we played like we did and looked to threat all the way through when we don't have Luke Norris in that team, and we actually had a style of play that worked for us is really encouraging.
Yeah, I think in Apter we've got, I don't think it's an exaggeration, I think he's one of the best players in the division, to be honest. You look at the quality, his end product, the goals, the assists, and I think the other thing you've got to give Atkins a bit of credit, we're actually, I think, playing a style of play that is getting him the ball in areas. We're getting him one-on-one with his man quite a bit, which in the past, certainly last season, that I think I've been on the podcast saying it, we were knocking it to wide players with the back to goal on the halfway line and expecting them to work miracles, whereas when you've got a player with that quality, it's the team's responsibility. You get it to him one-on-one and let him do what he's doing. Obviously, January is going to be a bit of a worry, but we'll address that when it comes, and I'm sure our recruitment department is so well prepared that if he does go, we'll have an able replacement as well, won't we?
I'll just remove that tongue from your cheek. It remains a mystery, an absolute mystery, that it took until mid-October for Apter to be regularly starting games, but starting games he certainly is now, and he's helping Tranmere win them, and I guess just got to make the absolute most of those players while they are available to Rovers at the moment. The other player that we've got to talk about again is Connor Jennings. New contract in the week and celebrated with a wonderful header. I mean, it's an excellent header from him. The ball in is even better. Again, it's all of Tranmere's chances and goals today came from moving the ball really quickly. If you look at the first goal, it's a ball over the top, I think, that is done quickly from Jennings, lobbed over. If you look at the other chances they created in that first half, there was one that Dennis missed, which was moving the ball quickly. Again, in the second half, the cross comes in quickly when they're not expecting it. The ball moved quickly, caused problems for Gillingham, and they certainly did that for the second goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I thought the second goal was fantastic. It was a lovely little dinked ball in as well from Brad Walker, which was really pleasing to see, because he's there to break up the play and make sure that the defence is protected, but actually if he adds that into the game as well, it really helps with having that creativity. And Jennings, for me, I mean, if Apter hadn't have scored two...
You're hearing some cheering because Tom Davis and Kieran Morris are just making their way into the marquee here. So they're getting applauded for their efforts today, and rightly so. Carry on, Chris.
If Apter hadn't have scored two, I think Jennings would have been man of the match. He was winning an awful lot of headers up front. He was controlling the ball, bringing the midfield in as well, and added into that holding the ball up so the ball wasn't coming back all the time. So we were giving him balls that he was able to get at the trajectory that he was able to get, instead of in the new style of play I would say that we were playing in. adapting to no Norris. So Jennings was superb and well deserves his contract. And if it wasn't for him, I'd be very, very concerned about us this year, because he exudes exactly what we need from a